Hi there, Amin. Nice to see you have more essays for us. Before we get into your essays, let's take a look at the questions that you wrote in your email. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this. Although smartphones are causing autism, there are still many medical benefits to be gained by their applications. Why their? Because it's smartphones, plural. I have more concerns about this sentence. The first concern is you never want to be so absolute as to say that smartphones are causing autism. It's okay to say that smartphones are linked to autism, but to say that they're causing is inaccurate and not such a good idea, okay? Because we don't know causality, we only know correlation, so be careful with that. And this is a little strange. Medical benefits from applications. I mean, it depends on what the rest of the essay is. If you're talking about applications that help people monitor their health, then that would make sense. But otherwise, it's a little strange. Now, the next sentence. This is incorrect, too, in terms of vocabulary. What you mean here is, although fast food is, although fast food is associated with obesity, not fat. Okay, there's a difference there, so be careful. Many people find it the cheapest food they can find in their megacity. All right, find and find is a little strange, so that's where the problem lies. Although makeup, again, you don't know causality, you only know correlation. So, although makeup is linked to many skin, not apostrophe S, skin diseases, women spend billions of dollars monthly buying it. That's fine. Although I have studied mathematics in the UK, I still need to improve my English. That's fine. Okay? So, you have the right idea with how to use although, but there are just some errors in other relations. Now, as far as the word whether is concerned, no, okay. The grammar is wrong here. You need whether. Okay? And here, no, your position was not clear. So let's read those sentences together. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether the internet and phone benefits outweigh their drawbacks. You can't say I agree with this position because there's a debate going on. It's not clear which side of the debate you're on. So what you want to say is, personally, I believe that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Okay? You need to say it clearly. And here, it's the same thing. I strongly agree with this position. No, you don't, because there is no position. You're simply saying that there's a debate on the position. Okay? So, with that, let's go into your task 2 now. Give me a second to just adjust this. Okay, great. This is about people taking their family on business trips. So let's see what you said. Family accompaniment on business trips is, careful, you don't refer to this. This is your subject, accompaniment, okay? And it's singular. So, is generally well received by the family members, which reflects on the employee's performance, yet there are some drawbacks, such as wasting some of the employee's time with his family instead of doing a job that travel is arranged for. I firmly believe that if the employee took his family with him on a business trip, that would be considered a positive development. Be considered without the as. This essay will argue both sides using examples from Google Company and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. All right, I felt that you didn't kind of ease into this essay. You just, just kind of immediately started talking about this idea of trips and so forth. So I wanted maybe one more sentence just kind of easing us into this. Just something along the lines of, nowadays with our global economy, many people, regardless of their maybe family situation, are obligated to go on business trips. Many people find that having their family on these trips is positive because it reflects on employees' performance, yet there are some drawbacks, etc., etc. Okay, so do you see how I kind of introduced it a little just a little easier, like a little more, with a little more ease. I eased you into it rather than just, just getting into it straight away. All right, let's move on. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that supports the idea of taking the family, you don't have to say of the person, obviously, of taking family along when an employee needs to go on a business trip. The central reason behind this is threefold. I didn't want threefold, I wanted twofold. It's better to have fewer ideas, have two, but support them well, rather than three. Okay, so firstly, the employee would be very relaxed, or the employee would be more relaxed since he is sure that his family is fine and safe with him. Okay, full stop. New sentence. Secondly, he could use the after work time as family time. No A. Explain this to me. And then, thirdly, many families would use a business trip as a tourism trip, and that would reflect well on the employee's performance, getting more benefits from work that would cost him a lot to take his family on a similar travel. For example, Google encourages family accompaniment with their employees traveling for 3 days or longer by paying tickets and accommodation for their partner, plus 50% for up to 4 family members. Therefore, it's conclusively clear there is a considerably strong case to be made in favor of the development happening to accompany family, to have family accompany business trips by making the employee and his family very satisfied. Okay, this is a lot of repetition. I feel like I've seen this very much satisfied, reflects positively. I mean, you've used the same language before, so it really feels rather repetitive here. Okay? I'm trying to see where you have the... here you said here reflects positively. Here you said reflects good. Here you said work performance. Again, you said the employee's performance. So a lot of this just feels very, very repetitive, like you're not using any new vocabulary and there are no new ideas. All right, so, and then it's employees, apostrophe S, private life. So, here's what I want to tell you. Stick to 2 ideas, not 3, but make sure you develop them. You had some ideas here you didn't develop at all, like this, the person could use work time as family time. Well, what did you mean by that? Either explore it and support it and develop it by telling us what you mean and how you mean it, or don't write it, okay? And instead, spend more time developing the ideas that you actually are writing about. Moving on. On the other hand, although there is a case for people taking ing family with them on a business trip, productivity, concentration, and the useful use it's awkward, and the use, or how about this, the productive use of work time are issues that need to be considered during the business trip. That is because the employee concentrates on the business when he is on a trip alone more than when his family is not combining him, is joining him. Full stop. This is because many families bring home issues, problems, and details that take a lot of the attention. For example, a recent empirical study by Oxford University demonstrated that employees traveling on business trips without family members spent 40% more time thinking, get rid of on, thinking about how to make how to do the work in a better way, than, get rid of more, than others who brought their families with them. Consequently, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the largest drawback of bringing families on a business trip is the time that would be spent with them instead of spending it working. From the arguments and examples given, it should be acknowledged that traveling with family companions would be better for the business company and the employee. It is predicted more companies would encourage their employees to travel on their business trips with family members. Okay, so you thought it was positive. You had 3 reasons to tell us that it was positive. You had basically 1 reason to tell us why you didn't think it was positive. What I want to see in this essay is I want you to see you reverse your body paragraphs. So this should have been your first body paragraph. This should have been your second body paragraph. It's much more logical that way. You understand the opposite point of view, but then you really spend most of your effort on this idea. It should come closer to a conclusion so that it links better with your conclusion. I already told you that I thought you should focus on 2 ideas, not 3, but just explore them more deeply. And just be careful with some of the grammar and some of the vocabulary here, okay? So let's take a look at your task 1. Okay, let's see what happened with your restaurant. So, dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to complain about an accident that happened in your restaurant yesterday. The restaurant has deducted this amount from my credit card instead of this amount. Okay. I explained the issue to the restaurant senior staff who was on site yesterday, and I showed him the text message I received from the bank immediately after the payment. I requested from the cashier to cancel the payment and to return the money back, but they refused to do it by saying they can do nothing about that. They even rejected my request. Okay, here the punctuation is funny. Put a full stop here, new sentence. They even rejected my request to have a copy of the invoice and the payment receipt without giving any reason explaining their rejection. No, any reason for their refusal. It's not rejection, it's a refusal. I called the bank and they told me that the restaurant has an option to cancel any payment within 2 hours from the payment time, and that is what your staff refused to do yesterday. Your staff were supposed to solve the issue immediately and return the extra money, but they did not. I did not expect such unprofessional action from a famous restaurant. Now, after wasting my time and effort in contacting your staff and the bank to get my money back, that doesn't make sense. Wait. So, I have wasted my time and effort in contacting your staff and the bank to get my money back. I therefore expect that I will be given a full refund, including both the invoice amount and the extra amount taken by your restaurant, which is in total of this. I look forward to hearing from you as soon as possible. Kind regards. Okay. Now, first thing, easy. When it's dear sir, madam, you don't know the name, you have to end it yours faithfully. Okay? It's one of the conventions of formal letter writing. So that's the first thing. The second thing, you really kind of misunderstood this. All right? It was interesting, and this whole thing about the the incorrect amount, but you totally missed what you were supposed to be talking about. The eating at the restaurant was a terrible experience. Okay? You had a bad meal at the restaurant. We're not concerned with what they did wrong with your billing, but you were supposed to talk about the terrible service, the terrible food, and all of this. Okay? So an examiner looking at this is going to think it's off topic and is going to penalize you in terms of task achievement. So I want you to pay a little more attention to the task. Make sure you understand it clearly and that you are talking, in fact, about what you're supposed to be talking about. Okay, what you wrote was clever, it was creative, but it wasn't on topic, and so it's going to cost you. All right, so go ahead and correct these. I believe you have another set with us, if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and do it, and let's see what you're writing then. Okay, good luck to you.